bit of float. Blakey McInerney back to Blakey. Well held by Jordan. Releases Blakey, just streaks through the middle. He takes a cheeky bounce and bends the back as he goes inside 50 to McLean. Blakey, beautifully done. 13 goals for the season for McLean, so he's been good. Numbers look pretty good from this area. Finally, we have an opening goal in the 28th edition of the Sydney Derby. The Swans are away. Touch ball didn't matter, went to Rowbottom. Hands were a touch too slick for Ramp, he went without it. Now Green slides onto the footy, winds it forward, and Toby Green. Nice snag for the Giants opener. Heaney fists the ball forward. Jordan back to Heaney. Rowbottom. Grundy sizes them up for a moment, gives it to McInerney for the immediate response from the Swans. Sharp football, Sydney.
Yeah, and that's life, isn't it?
Yep.
And he's done the right thing, and he's giving himself the best chance.
Kelly sends it directly forward for the Giants. Good use of the body from Riccardi. He's a powerful man. Breaks away from a Papley tackle. He's dealt with as he's...
It's a softer side of the ground.
Oh, whacks his head. Showed the footy. Created a bit of space back to Callaghan. Sends it to the teeth of goal. Hogan. He's in great form, Jesse Hogan. Kicked a goal in his last 22 matches as Jesse with that familiar stuttering approach. And the Giants take the lead. Grundy was just wrestled to the ground.
That's nice.
Rowbottom burst onto the free ball. Sends it to a one-on-one. And McDonald on Buckley. Brings the ball up a touch. Having to stand underneath it for a while was Angwin. Now Aaliyah opens the door for Errol. Little low burner. Three Giants will track the ball back and they leave it for each other. And Rowbottom says, well, if you're going to wait, I'll come and get the footy to Hayward. He's got runners out wide. Could be a horrible mistake here. Papley slides onto it and Tom's not going to let them off the hook. Voice of Alistair Lynch alongside Gary Lyon and Nick Del Santo. Lloyd swoops onto it, lines them up for 4 in a row for the Swans, and now they're really motoring. Sends it around his body. Jordan keeps the ball in play. This is dangerous. Now McInerney wobbles it forward. Just looked dangerous the whole time. Fell to Adams. It just built up and you thought it was coming, and it did. 5 on the trot for the Swans. Himmelberg forced to kick quickly out of defence. McCartan uses his body to get in front of Hogan. Not an easy thing to do. Goulden very clean with a wet footy. Clever ball that is to Warner.
Errol Goulden says, a minute and a half. Let's just see if we can get a shot in amongst the traffic.
22 goals for the season. Chad Warner. What a player this man is. Turns to the crowd and says, what about that? Had it before he spent it. Himmelberg under immediate pressure from McDonald. The Swans have come out firing. Kicked the last 7 and they don't look like they're done yet. Make that the last 8 for the Swans.
It's just a test of your resilience. Can they just continue to try and be aggressive going forward? Because right now it's coming back with interest. And if Joel Amati starts to get on board, we'll look out.
Squeezes the ball into the pocket on the ward. There's Warner on a good lead. He marks in front of Bedford.
You go and take your tagger down there and see what you can do.
Heaney off the ground. Nearly worked again to Papley. Warner. Heaney comes for second acceptances. Another snap out of the pack. Another goal for the Swans. Hayward joins the party and Sydney are destroying their crosstown rivals. Aggressive from Ash down the middle of the ground. No chance for Brown. Mungs the ball forward, might work out to Gruszewski, who is held.
Free kick.
His first AFL goal in his first game. Gruszewski nails it. Now they come from everywhere and Max is on the board in the big time. Callaghan, the shoulders taped up. Tough for the forwards. Fell to Brown. Forward hand pass. Gruszewski's got his second. Maxi's starting to roll nicely now. He's got 2 in his first game. From the Giants. Green's in space. Thomas. A speculator to the teeth of goal. It'll float. Brown's a good position. I don't think there was a hand on it. Opener for the Giants.
Play on!
Bedford back to Daniels. Good build-up from the Giants, and Riccardi doesn't let them down.
Creative, Gaz.
For 4 in a row for the Giants. From nowhere, Riccardi does just that.
He's got the leg, Howie. We saw it earlier this quarter. He just tugged it to the left.
Centering ball. Hogan, the big presence at the back of the pack. O'Halloran forced to Kelly.
Hello.
His team's up, his crowd's up, and they've kicked 5, have the Giants. Sydney kicked 10 in a row. Since then, the Giants have kicked 7 of the last 8 goals of this match.
Well, look at that number there. It tells you everything here for the Giants.
Alia's going to be under pressure. He's fought hard with Amadi all day. Takes possession. Didn't really want to. Hayward. They answer the Swans. When required. Cleary, with his first goal in the AFL, picks it up out of nowhere. Hayward tries to create a bit of space centrally. Kathleen O'Halloran going hard. Forced to Jordan. Might get the bounce. Does get the bounce. And surely that's it now for the Swans. The ball wobble forward. O'Halloran. Siren sounds on a convincing Sydney win. 27 points over their crosstown rivals in Sydney Derby 28. And the Swans record a convincing 13th win of the season.